In our noisy and busy world, we've lost the art of silence. What if choosing not to speak could be as powerful as speaking? How often do we think about the meaning of our quiet moments? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us to control ourselves with reason and emotional strength, including knowing when to stay silent. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "It's better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." This reminds us of times we regret speaking in haste or anger. Stoicism isn't just about what not to do. It shows us how to use silence for growth and peace. Imagine facing life's challenges with calm confidence, where your silence speaks louder than words. Stoic philosophy teaches that silence is not just the absence of speech, but a powerful intentional response. It's an active force that can ease disagreements, protect us from harm, and help us understand. But when should we embrace silence? We'll explore 9 key times when choosing silence is wise and life-changing. Think about how practicing Stoic silence might improve your interactions and peace of mind. What if you could end a heated argument with calm silence instead of harsh words? How might a quiet pause help express your true feelings and thoughts? Join us as we uncover the powerful times to stay silent and let Stoicism guide us. Are you ready to learn more about the wisdom of Stoicism? Let's begin. Number 1. When being criticized unfairly. Being criticized unfairly is something we all face at some point in life. According to Stoic philosophy, it's a unique chance to become stronger and show integrity. The Stoic ruler Marcus Aurelius once said, "If something outside of you bothers you, it's not the thing itself that's hurting you, but how you think about it." He also believed you could change how you think about something at any time. This means what bothers us about criticism is not the criticism itself, but how we see and respond to it. Think about this. How might changing how you see criticism make you stronger? Can you recall a time when staying calm in the face of unfair criticism altered the outcome? I remember leading a project at work, and my boss criticized it harshly. Initially, I felt hurt and defensive, but then I remembered Marcus Aurelius's words. I took a deep breath, calmly looked at the feedback, and focused on finding useful insights while ignoring any negative comments that weren't based on facts. This approach not only kept my peace, but also maintained my professional honor. Epictetus said, "Don't talk about your philosophy, embody it." To live by this philosophy, I responded with calm, well-thought-out answers instead of defensive ones, letting the quality of my work speak for itself. Not responding when unfairly criticized is not just a passive act, it's a strategic one. Embracing Stoicism's call to focus on how we control our responses and attitudes is a quiet strength. It turns potential conflict into a sign of your personal strength and philosophical dedication. As you face life's difficulties, think about how silence can help you and what opportunities might arise if you choose thoughtful silence over impulsive speech. How might this practice not only improve your peace of mind, but also affect those around you? By incorporating Stoic principles into our daily lives, especially when we are unfairly criticized, we align ourselves with a philosophy that values strength of character over temporary approval from others. This promotes personal growth and inspires others to do the same, especially in today's world, where boasting and self-promotion often drown out humility. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one." In this light, think about how silence in response to boasts can turn a potential ego-fueled environment into a place of self-reflection and growth. There will always be criticism in life, and it can often be a good way to learn and improve. But criticism isn't always fair, and sometimes it's meant to hurt. In these scenarios, it can be hard to stay calm and act appropriately. Stoicism, a philosophy that began in ancient Greece, offers timeless advice on handling rude criticism with class and grace. By following Stoic ideas, we can turn negative experiences into chances to grow and become stronger inside. Remember the Stoic principle. What matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. Epictetus. When someone criticizes you unfairly, take a moment to think about how to respond. This keeps you from acting on impulse and gives you time to think about what's going on without getting upset. As the Stoics said, you control your mind, not external events. Know this, and you will be strong. When you receive unfair feedback, remember that it only reflects the reviewer's feelings or thoughts, not your abilities or worth.
Marcus Aurelius advised us to separate criticism from our identity to see it more clearly. He said, "If anyone can prove and show me that I think and act in error, I will gladly change it, for I seek the truth." Even in unfair criticism, there might be a small amount of truth. Look for helpful feedback hidden within the negativity. Use this as an opportunity to improve yourself and discard unnecessary negative thoughts. As Epictetus said, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. When unfairly criticized, stay cool and polite. This shows your strength and self-control and can prevent the situation from escalating. A calm response often calms the critic and demonstrates maturity. Focus on your own growth rather than arguing about what makes a good person. Marcus Aurelius suggested shifting your attention from unfair criticism to your goals and personal improvement. By focusing on your growth and virtues, you can rise above negativity and keep moving forward. Dealing with unfair criticism is tough, but following Stoic principles can turn these moments into opportunities for growth and strength. Take a moment to think. Separate the criticism from your self-worth. Look for any truth. Respond calmly and respectfully, and keep focusing on your own development. This way, you embody the Stoic ideal of staying calm and strong inside, even when facing external challenges. Number 2, Stoic silence in the middle of boasts. Imagine you're at a networking event where a coworker is bragging about their recent raise and fancy lifestyle. You might feel tempted to counter their boasting with your own accomplishments. However, Stoicism teaches us the power of restraint. By choosing silence, you keep your cool and let others' words reveal who they truly are. This approach not only protects your honor, but also makes you seem confident and secure in your achievements, not needing outside approval. In Stoic philosophy, silence is not a sign of passivity, but of strategic wisdom and confidence. Another wise Stoic said, "He who does not wish to be outnumbered by greater benefits should not return one benefit with another. He should return many at once." This means you shouldn't respond to empty boasts with words, but with the quiet grace of your action and the quality of your character. I remember a time at a work event where a colleague was loudly sharing their success story. I felt the urge to chime in with my own achievements. Instead, I chose to listen, acknowledging their accomplishments with a nod and a smile. This not only kept me calm, but also made me realize that my worth doesn't need to be validated by competing stories. Later, another coworker approached me, appreciating my genuine interest and calm demeanor. This experience taught me that true confidence and self-worth come from within, not from comparing ourselves to others. How often do you find yourself responding to someone else's success story with one of your own? What might happen if you chose to listen instead acknowledging their achievements while keeping your focus on your virtues and goals. Embracing Stoic silence amid boasts is a way to live a life marked not by competition, but by happiness and inner success. It creates an atmosphere where you can thrive peacefully and successfully based on genuine self-worth rather than comparative measures. Reflect on this lesson and think about how accepting quiet could improve your life and relationships. By choosing silence in these moments, you promote peace, happiness, and genuine success in your interactions and daily life. Let's work together to make each other's lives more peaceful, happy, and successful by embracing the wisdom of Stoic silence. Number 3, when dealing with anger. When we're angry, it can feel like a wild storm that sweeps away all reason and calm. In the midst of this storm, Stoic philosophy offers a safe haven, a moment of silence that helps us manage these strong emotions. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, advised keeping quiet most of the time and only speaking when necessary. Imagine a day at work when a coworker's mistake causes you hours of extra work. Your first instinct might be to lash out in anger. But what would happen if you chose silence instead? By not reacting in anger, you give yourself time to think about the situation more objectively. This pause can prevent the conflict from escalating and lead to constructive solutions instead of heated arguments. How often has reacting quickly in anger made things worse? Consider what might be different if you took a moment to calm down before speaking. Marcus Aurelius, another well-known Stoic, offers advice in his writings. How much worse are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? This thought reminds us that the aftermath of an angry outburst is often more damaging than the initial provocation. Think about Nelson Mandela, a famous leader who, despite being jailed for years, chose to forgive his oppressors instead of harboring anger. This decision not only improved his own life, but also led a country towards reconciliation. Using silence when you're angry doesn't mean hiding your feelings. It means choosing a response that aligns with your best self. This practice not only improves your own peace, but also leads to better relationships and a more successful life. As you deal with the inevitable frustrations of daily life, remember that silence can be your sanctuary, a place where wisdom rules. Adopt it, and you may find that the quiet response is not only the most profound, but also the most powerful. Anger is a normal feeling that everyone experiences at some point in their lives. However, uncontrolled anger can harm relationships and your own health. Stoicism teaches useful ways to control anger by focusing on self-control, clear thought, and inner peace. Figure out the cause. Identify your triggers to understand what exactly makes you angry. Is it a person, a setting, or a specific event? Self-reflection is key here. Think about why these things really set you off. Often, our assumptions and ideas about things play a big role. Acceptance. Understand that you can't change what happens in the outside world. What you can change is how you react to these events. Practice being mindful by keeping your attention on the present moment instead of focusing on past problems or worries about the future. Exercises for deep breathing. When you feel angry, practice deep breathing exercises to calm your mind and body. Pause and think before you respond. Stop and consider the consequences of your actions. Change your point of view. Try to see things from the other person's perspective to show empathy. Understanding their viewpoint can help reduce your anger. Think about how a Stoic philosopher would view the situation. Would they consider it important or trivial? Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on the issue at hand, think of practical ways to handle it. Build emotional strength by learning to control yourself. Remind yourself that you can choose how to react. Use self-control and patience. Emotional detachment. Learn to separate your feelings from what's happening. Take a step back and view the situation objectively instead of personally. Strengthen your inner self by engaging in activities that help you manage your emotions, like exercising, writing in a journal, or meditating. Channel your anger in a healthy way. Direct your energy into productive activities like working out or creating art. Use your anger as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and change how you respond in the future. Effective communication. Express your feelings in a calm and assertive manner without being hostile or angry. Managing your anger well is important for your health and the health of your relationships. By understanding its root cause, practicing mindfulness, changing your perspective, building mental strength, and finding healthy outlets for your anger, you can turn it into a positive force. I once had a situation at work where a colleague's mistake caused a significant delay in our project. My first reaction was to get angry and confront them. However, I remembered the Stoic principle of taking a moment of silence. I paused, took a few deep breaths, and approached the situation calmly. Instead of escalating the conflict, we were able to discuss the issue constructively and find a solution together. This experience taught me the power of restraint and the benefits of Stoic silence in managing anger. Number 4, silence amidst unfounded rumors. When people talk, stories can spread like leaves in the wind. When these rumors aren't true, they can cause harm and confusion. Stoic philosophy offers a strong response. Silence. Consider the story of a teacher in a small town who was wrongly accused of misconduct. As rumors spread through the community, the teacher chose not to deny or explain what happened. Instead, she relied on her honesty and integrity to stand firm. This silence is not passive surrender, but a smart decision based on wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength." Often, quickly spoken words make things worse. How might silence protect you from the arrows of false accusations? By refusing to comment, the teacher let the community's initial excitement die down. As time went on and no new evidence came to light, the truth became her defense. This reflects the Stoic belief that you should focus on what you can control, like your reactions and actions, instead of worrying about how stories spread, which you can't stop.
Epictetus once said, "If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against the accusations, but reply, 'You obviously don't know about my other vices. Otherwise, you would have mentioned those as well.'" This counterintuitive method suggests that reacting to negativity with positivity, or in this case, silence, can stop and change the course of unproductive interactions. When false accusations are made, speaking quietly can show respect and trust in the truth. Think about how important it is to wait to respond to rumors until the storm passes. The best way to keep your peace and image is to live by the ideals you preach, not by fighting every whisper. Staying quiet isn't just a way to protect yourself, it's also a way to show your dedication to Stoic principles. Nelson Mandela, the renowned anti-apartheid revolutionary and former president of South Africa, is a prime example of Stoic silence amidst unfounded rumors. During his long imprisonment, he was often the subject of false accusations and rumors intended to tarnish his reputation and demoralize him. Instead of reacting to every falsehood, Mandela chose to remain silent and let his actions speak for themselves. This Stoic approach not only preserved his dignity, but also won him global respect and admiration. Abraham Lincoln, during his presidency, faced numerous false rumors and harsh criticisms. He once said, "If I were to try to read, much less answer, all the attacks made on me, this shop might as well be closed for any other business. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. If the end brings me out all right, what is said against me won't amount to anything." Lincoln's stoic silence in the face of baseless rumors allowed him to focus on his duties and ultimately led to his legacy as one of the greatest American presidents. In my own experience, I remember a time when I was falsely accused of taking credit for a colleague's work. Initially, I felt the urge to defend myself vehemently. However, recalling the Stoic principles, I chose silence. Over time, as the project progressed and my true contributions became evident, the accusations lost their power. My colleagues recognized the truth without me having to say a word. This taught me the power of Stoic silence in protecting one's integrity. Applying Stoic silence in your life. In personal and professional relationships, let Stoic silence guide you through the chaos of false rumors. Find in it a path to a peaceful, happy, and successful life. Here's how you can apply these principles. Pause before responding. When you hear a rumor about yourself, take a moment to think before reacting. This pause can prevent you from saying something in the heat of the moment that you might regret later. Focus on what you can control. You can't control what others say, but you can control how you respond. Choose to respond with calmness and integrity. Live by your principles. Let your actions reflect your values. Over time, people will recognize your true character. Trust the truth. Believe that the truth will eventually come out. Your silence can often speak louder than words. By following these steps, you can navigate the storms of false rumors with grace and strength, embodying the Stoic ideals of inner peace and resilience. Number 5. How to deal with loss. Dealing with loss is a common human experience that often leaves a void filled with sadness and confusion. However, Stoicism offers a unique way of dealing with pain. C.S. Lewis, a famous author who wrote about his grief after losing his wife in the book A Grief Observed, says, "The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before." This is a very Stoic way of thinking. Stoics believe that our experiences are part of a bigger natural flow of life, and that loss and love will always go hand in hand. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, has a lot to say about this subject. The day we worry about being our last is actually the birthday of eternity. How might your response to loss change if you see it as a shift instead of an end? What might you gain by accepting the silence that comes after loss, giving yourself time and room to think and heal? After his wife's death, C.S. Lewis didn't try to fill the silence with explanations or distractions. Instead, he used it to deeply explore his thoughts and feelings, embodying the Stoic belief that hardships can be used for personal growth. His journey through grief showed how keeping a calm mind can help someone deal with deep emotional pain and turn it into a deeper understanding of life's fragility and beauty. Silence after a loss isn't a way to hide or deny what happened. It's a way to give yourself time to reflect, think, and move on. Find meaning beyond the pain you're feeling right now. This means letting your feelings run their course without forcing an end. Reflective silence in dealing with loss. Think about how you've dealt with losses in the past. How could the Stoic practice of reflective silence help you in future times of grief? How might this method change not only your own healing, but also the healing of those around you? One famous example is from Fred Rogers, the beloved television host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He faced many losses in his life, including the death of close family members and friends. Rogers often talked about the importance of acknowledging and expressing grief, but also about the power of reflective silence. In his quiet moments, he found peace and clarity, which he believed were crucial for healing and growth. Stoic practices for healing. Recognize and accept your feelings. It's important to understand and accept the feelings that come with losing someone. Stoicism teaches us that feelings are normal reactions to things that happen in life. Allow yourself to cry and feel the pain without judging yourself. Writing in a journal or talking to a trusted friend can help you work through these feelings. Focus on what you can change. According to Stoicism, we should let go of things we can't change and focus on what we can. Identify what you can change about the situation, such as how you deal with the loss, and let go of what you can't. Reframe the loss as a chance to improve. Stoics believe that every problem can be used as a chance to grow and get better. Think about what you can learn from this loss. What can it teach you that will make you better, smarter, or more caring? Practice being thankful. Being thankful can help you stop thinking about what you've lost and start focusing on what you still have. Write down a list of things you are thankful for every day. This exercise can help you see things in a new way and make you feel calm. Seek help and community. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of having a community and helping each other through hard times. Talk to family, friends, or support groups. Sharing your problems with others can help you feel better and less alone. Personal experience with loss. I remember when I lost a close friend unexpectedly. The initial shock and sadness were overwhelming, but I found solace in the Stoic practice of reflective silence. Instead of filling the void with distractions, I allowed myself to feel the pain and reflect on our shared memories. I wrote in my journal daily, which helped me process my emotions. Over time, I began to see the loss not as an end, but as a transition, a chance to honor my friend's memory by living more fully and appreciating the present. Lessons learned. Dealing with loss is never easy, but Stoic principles can help us be strong and resilient. By recognizing our feelings, focusing on what we can control, changing our perspective, being grateful, and seeking help, we can heal and grow. These techniques can help us navigate the pain of loss and find inner peace. Number 6. Navigating ignorance with Stoic grace. Have you ever met someone who speaks with absolute certainty, despite their lack of understanding? This can be frustrating, but it's a perfect opportunity to practice patience and grace. Stoicism teaches us how to handle such situations with wisdom and composure. Galileo's example. Galileo Galilei, the famous scientist who advocated for heliocentrism, the idea that the Earth orbits the Sun, faced fierce opposition from those who believed in geocentrism, the belief that the Earth is the center of the universe. Despite the strong resistance and even being placed under house arrest, Galileo maintained his dignity and commitment to the truth. He often chose silence in the face of ignorance and false accusations. Stoic wisdom. Stoicism teaches that we can only control our own responses, not the actions of others. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective is crucial when dealing with ignorance. Instead of getting frustrated or arguing, we can choose how we respond. Galileo's silence was not a sign of weakness, but a testament to his integrity and belief in his discoveries. He understood that truth stands on its own merits and doesn't need constant defense. This approach aligns with the Stoic idea of focusing on our own actions and accepting that others' beliefs are beyond our control. Practicing Stoic grace. Being gracious means recognizing the limits of your power and choosing your battles wisely. It involves patience and understanding, even when dealing with frustrating situations. This practice not only leads to a more peaceful and happy life, but also helps you see the bigger picture, focusing on long-term respect and success rather than short-term vindication.